Hello everyone. Okay, we are about to start our session, so just give me a moment. Let me just confirm our audio and video quality, whether we are having perfect audio and video. Just give me a moment. Hello. 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 Okay, so perfect. So now we can start our session. Okay. So hi, good evening everyone. I welcome you all in Let's Crack J in English, and today our fourth lecture on permutation and combination. Hi, good evening Siddharth. How are you, buddy? Okay. So whosoever is joining me the very first time, this is a small introduction about me. Hi, this is Nishant Khanduja. I graduated and post-graduated from IIT Bombay. My rank in IIT was 1256, in AIEEE it was 363. In Rajasthan pre-engineering test, the rank was 4. I have 2 years of trading experience in US and Canadian markets. I also have experience of teaching for 8 years. Now you might ask, why I became a teacher when I was trading in US and Canadian markets. So reason is very simple, that I always wanted to teach students or people, those who are there in small cities, small towns, villages. The reason is it's like something personal, because when I was preparing for IIT, I didn't go to any coaching institute. So I always, I always had this thing in me that, I would like to share my experience, my own findings, my own observations with people, those who don't get a chance to go to big coaching institutes. So how can I help them out? How can I share my experience with them? So all these questions were answered when I became the part of Unacademy. I associated with Unacademy with their India's largest campaign, that is Crack IIT JEE, and now I'm just doing a small bit here in this campaign, that I teach you guys mathematics, and it's a two-way process. I can just deliver lectures, I can share my experience, but there should be someone who is there at the receiving end, who will be receiving the knowledge. So how can we do that? This can only happen if you can go for these two subscriptions. So you can go for either of them, either plus subscription or iconic subscription. So in plus subscription, what you need to do is you can go for daily live classes. So these daily live classes are better than YouTube classes, because the kind of interaction you're going to have with the educator, that is on next level. And apart from that, you're going to just engage yourself in discussion. You can ask questions with the educator, you can answer polls. So in a way, it is a very much close to offline classroom experience. You can also attempt live tests and quizzes, so you can just evaluate your preparation. Let's say if you want to know how's your particular topic, so you can just attempt live tests and quizzes and see what sort of preparation you have got. You can also attend structured courses by all these top educators. So in a sense, what is best for you is minimum time, if you can get maximum knowledge. So how can you get it? If you attend structured courses. So these structured courses are being designed by India's top educators. So let's say if you come to know that there is a really good educator there in Kota, and he delivers best inorganic chemistry lectures. So he's there on an Academy platform with his structured courses. So you can just attend his structured courses. Apart from that, you also have the unlimited access to all the recorded videos. So what you can do is, you can just wherever you feel like, if you want to revise some particular topic, So you can do that an n number of times. There is no limitation. So this is something like a boon from your technology. Okay, now if we talk about Iconic subscription, apart from all the benefits I spoke about plus subscription, will be getting personal mentor. So personal mentor will be working closely with you for the next 1 year or maybe 2 years depending upon your subscription, and he would be working closely with you, and he would be just knowing your shortcomings and assets, and then based on them he would be guiding you what should be your best strategy for the examination. You can also have test analysis report that would tell you where exactly in which section you are losing marks, how you can reduce your negative marking, and how you can increase your overall positive marking so that you get better rank. We also have a study planner. So this study planner will customize your study plan. It would also review your progress, and it would review your progress bi-weekly. So these are these benefits you are going to get in Iconic subscription. Clear? So that's it. Now the thing is, if you want to buy them, if you want to go for these subscription, what to do? So you need to first install Unacademy Learning app. The moment you install Unacademy Learning app, post that, you get these options. You can buy a plus subscription for 1, 3, 6, 12 and 24 months. I would suggest if you are in 11th standard, then you must go for this 2 years subscription. The reason is very simple, because since it's a 2 years process, so what you need to do is you are going to prepare for these 2 years. You would like to just in the end, when the examination is about to you are about to write the examination, then in that case you would like to just attempt mock tests, you want to revise things, so you obviously want the access, and for that you need to have this, you need to have the access till the examination gets over, and it should not get over before the examination comes, right? So in that case you should have this subscription. Second one is, since it's a 2 years process, so every educator, they have designed the courses in such a manner that you have every single topic taught in enough time. So for that, let's say if your this subscription gets over in between, what would happen? Eventually you would end up skipping a few topics, and that should not happen, correct? So this is one of the reasons. Then third reason is, it's very cost effective. Look at the price. You need to pay what? 2,333 rupees per month. This is what you need to pay. That's it. If you just look at per day wise, it is what? 78 rupees per day. If you look at per subject wise, what it is 26 rupees per day per subject. And this is the nominal price you're going to pay for India's top educators. And if you just just add all of them, what you see is you need to pay only 56,000 rupees. That's it. If you feel that it's again too much because everything has been accumulated, so you can just apply my code NK001. It's a gift from my end, and the price will become what? 50,400 rupees. If someone who is there in 12th standard, or maybe he's a dropper, then he can go for this 1 year subscription. The cost for this would be what? 38,500 rupees. And what you need to pay is only so what you need to pay is, you need to pay only 34,650 rupees if you apply my code NK001. For Iconic, what you need to pay for 2 years is 86,000 rupees, and it reduces to what? 77,400 rupees, given the fact if you use my code NK001. For 1 year, it is 56,000 rupees. It would reduce to 50,400 rupees if you use my code NK001. Okay. So these are very critical information. Why I'm sharing all these things? Because I want you to save your time. I want you to excel in life. So you better go and buy the subscription ASAP. ASAP why? Because courses, they had been started. I want you guys to join them ASAP, because the more time you give for your preparation, the better the results you get, right? Correct. So let's start. But before that, there is one thing I would like to share with you guys, is that we are going to have Unacademy Combat. When? On 22nd November. When? At 11 a.m. So I want all of you to be there and go for this Unacademy comment. Be it you are there in 11th, 12th, or you're a dropper, go for it. Enroll for it. If you perform really well, you get prizes. Okay, so let me just elaborate about this. So it will start at 11 a.m. on 22nd of November. It will be for 45 minutes. You will be having 3 rounds, and each round will be having what? How many questions? 7 questions. Okay, perfect. Okay, so cool. So this is what you need to do. And yes, we have got Siddharth. Yes, hi Siddharth, how are you, buddy? Kaise ho? Okay, and who else is there? Okay, perfect. And who else is there? Siddharth. Okay, perfect. So yes, it's a yes, everything is fine, right? Okay, now we can start our session. Okay, so we solved questions till we did this arrangements also under restrictions. We did this, we solved this question as well, this question as well. Yes, so we'll be starting. So today, okay, so today let me just share what we are going to do in today's class. So in today's class, I will be sharing everything about combination. It's like properties, what is combination. So I'll be talking about all these things. So today's lecture is more about theoretical lecture, because I want you to build good theoretical knowledge about combinations. Once it is done, then we can solve mathematical as well as normal questions. You should have that sense of using the combination formula. Okay, so now tell me one thing. What is the combination? What do you understand by combination first? Tell me this. So combination is all about what? Grouping. It's not about the arrangement. It's all about the what? Grouping. How you group. Okay. Now let's take one example. Now let's say I've got n things. And out of these n things, I've got r things as well. Okay. Now let's say if I want to arrange r things out of these n things, so how will I write? I'll say okay, fine. For first place n, for second place you'll say n minus 1 options, for third place n minus 2, and it will keep continue till n minus r, and this will be what? Plus 1 or what? Yes, it will be plus 1, correct. Yes. Okay. Clear, guys? So n r minus 1, sorry, r minus 1 actually, r. This is n minus r plus 1 actually, yes. So n minus r minus 1, right? Because one step before r, correct? So these many options, so these many ways by which we can arrange things, right? Ways for arranging. Okay, I can rewrite this as like this: n into n minus 1, and it will keep continuing till n minus r minus 1. Okay, now let's just imagine if I multiply this with, let's say, okay, so I can write this as again n minus r, and it will keep continue till 1. So basically I'm multiplying with n minus r factorial, right? And similarly I have to divide with n minus r factorial also, correct? Okay, so I can write it as n factorial upon n minus r factorial for arrangements. See, these are the ways for the arrangements for r things, ways to arrange. Okay, now just imagine when you're planning to arrange r things, first you have to choose those r things, then you can arrange them, right? I guess you hope you're getting this, correct? So first out of those n things I'm going to pick r things here, then I'll be arranging them, true? So just imagine first I'll just take them out, so basically grouping. So let's say grouping ways. Grouping ways into what? Into how many ways I can arrange them? R ways, right? R factorial, correct? So the grouping way is basically the combination only. So grouping ways is what? N factorial upon n minus r factorial upon r of factorial. So this is what grouping ways. So what it is basically the combination formula only. That's what we get. So your so grouping, basically we call it combination, or you can say the way you can just group r things out of those n things. And how we write it? We write it like this: NCR. Okay. So this is your formula, and that's how we derive it. Hope Siddharth, you're getting this correct? Perfect. Okay. So now let's move ahead. If you have any doubt, you're always free to ask Siddharth. Cool. Let's move ahead. Let's talk about properties of combination. What are properties we get? Okay. So let me just share this very good property. Mathematically, it can be seen very easily. But what do you understand by it? Let's see. See, NCR is what? NCR is, you can say, obviously n factorial n minus r factorial upon r factorial. Now, don't you think this is equal to, just imagine if you want to pick out, let's say, n minus r things from n things. So how many ways will be there? So n, c, n minus r. Try using this. N factorial upon n minus r factorial, n minus r. So it will become plus. So eventually you see what? You are getting the same thing only. Right? So what does that mean? That clearly means if you are planning, or if you are planning to group r things, if you are planning to group r things out of those n things, those are the same ways if you plan to group n minus r thing, right? So it's basically the either ways it's the same. This is a very good interpretation, because this will be useful for us when we'll be dividing things, when we'll be talking about division and all. Remember this, I'll be using the same concept. Clear? Okay, let's go for our second property. What could be our second property? So second property here is, so what is the property? Let me just write it first here. This is our first property. Clear? So let's talk about second property. So our second property is, if n, this is equal to this. So what does that mean? That clearly means if you, let's say, use this. If you use this, what do you understand? The very first thing you will understand from this, see, this property and this property, we can use it. How? The very first thing you understand is, if I add what is written here, that x plus y is what? It is equal to n first. Second is that x and y both are equal. Cool. Third one. Okay. Third one is, let's say, NCR plus NCR minus 1. And this will be equal to what? This will be equal to n plus 1 CR. How can you prove it? Very easy. Just open it. N factorial upon n minus r factorial plus n factorial upon n minus r plus 1 factorial upon r minus 1 factorial. Clear? N factorial upon n minus r factorial, because see, if you're going to break this, so how will you write it? N minus r factorial in n minus r plus 1 into n minus r. Clear? And here you can take r minus 1 factorial common. So what is left? We are left with only r here, and here what? We are left with n minus r plus 1. Correct? Let's use this. When you try to use this, so how will you solve this? R into n minus r plus 1, n minus r plus 1 plus r will cancel out, so we'll have n plus 1 here. It will become what? N plus 1 factorial upon r factorial into n minus r plus 1. So what it is? It looks like as if it is what? N plus 1 c r, right? and that's what our right hand side is. Clear? So this is also one of our properties. Okay, now let's talk about more properties. So our one of the properties is, it's again very useful property, that RNCR, it is equal to what? This is equal to N into Siddharth. I hope you're getting everything. I hope you're understanding everything. N minus 1 CR minus 1. Okay, so tell me, how will you prove it? Siddharth, tell me, how would you like to prove this property? It's again very easy. You just need to open it. That's it. So you write R into n factorial upon n minus R factorial, R factorial, and this will be what? This can be written as n factorial upon n minus R factorial upon R minus 1 factorial. Clear? Now you can take, let's say, n common. So what is left for you? N minus 1 factorial, and this is what? N minus R factorial, R minus 1 factorial. I can rewrite this as n minus 1 factorial upon n minus 1 minus R minus, I can write it as plus because minus sign, correct? Factorial, and R minus 1 factorial. So this is what? This is as if n into what it is? It is n minus 1 CR minus 1, right? So again, your left hand side is equal to what? Your right hand side. Yes, yes, expand. So similarly, you can prove this also. NCR upon R plus 1 is equal to n plus 1 CR plus 1 upon n plus 1. Okay. Similarly, there is one more property. So you can prove this, say NCR upon NCR minus 1. This will be equal to what? N minus, you just need to expand, n minus R plus 1 upon R. Okay. There is one more property which I think, this is very useful whenever you solve questions. That, see, we have, let's say, n things, and we have got R things. Out of those n things, we have to choose, let's say, we have to group R things. So which NCR will give us maximum value? How will we find this? So it's very easy. So what you need to do is take n, just check n if it is even or odd. If it is even, then let me tell you guys that in the middle, if let's say n by, let's say if you have got n is equal to 10, then middle one, that means 5. If you choose 5 things out of those n things, basically out of those 10 things, that 10C5 will give you maximum value. So when we have even, n is even, then your n by 2 will give you what? Maximum ways. If you have odd, for odd case, NC. So for odd, let's say you go to the middle term, exactly middle term. What I mean to say is, let's say if you have 11, n is 11, so middle term would be your 6. So just before 6 and after 6. So that means your 5th term and your 7th term will give you maximum value. So that means NC n minus 1 by 2 and your NC n plus 1 by 2 will give you the maximum value. Okay. Clear with this? So these are the values, these are the points, they will give you the maximum values. So let's say if you remember, I guess in the last class we solved this question, that this NC3 is equal to NC4, if you remember. It's very much similar to this sort of question. Okay, so shall we move ahead now? Okay, so we'll move ahead. Now let's talk about one more concept in combination, what is called restricted combination. Now what sort of restriction is there? So restriction is there. Let's say if you have n things, okay. So out of those n things, you say that I do not want to have these p things. Let's say p things are bad for me. P things are not going to be chosen. Are not going to be chosen. Then what to do? If p things can't be chosen, then you are left with what? You are left with, so let's say this, so you are left with what? N minus p things. So out of these p things, you have to choose r things. What should be the formula? You would say, okay, n minus p, c, r, that's it. So this would be a formula. Simple. So these are the restrictions you see in the questions also. Second sort of restriction could be, let's say, out of those n things, you want to choose obviously r things, but you came up with a constraint that that I want those p things to be chosen for sure. To be chosen for sure. So that means if you just try to just expand just your mind and think about it, you would say, okay, fine, that out of those r things my p are fixed. So that means I have to only pick, I have to make the combination of r minus p things out of what? Out of remaining n minus p, because p they are not, see, out of those n minus p things, you are not going to choose, you're not going to opt anything, correct? So n minus p things are going to be picked from those r minus, so n minus p things are there. So from these things, you're going to pick what? R minus p things. I hope this is clear with everyone. Hi, Prakash Kumar Rai. Prakash Kumar Rai says, you are my mentor. My name, sir, is Siddharth. I didn't get it. What you are trying to say? Yes, I am your mentor. Yes, ask me if you have any doubt. So I hope this is you got. When p things are to be chosen, when you are pretty much sure, then what will you say? Okay, so remaining n minus p things, I have to just pick r minus p things from that remaining things. Okay, so these are the restrictions you see in combinations. So this is okay, Prakash. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for your love, and I'm just grateful that you follow me. Thank you. So this is I wanted to share with you guys today. So this is basically the theoretical portion of combination, because I want you guys to just think about it and just be ready about it, because tomorrow onwards we are going to solve questions. There would be very less theory based on combination, because I told you, see, one day I'll be spending on principal rule of counting for theory, and one day for combination, that's it. Then other days we'll be just solving questions, we'll be just modifying the cases slightly. So with different cases, we'll try to adapt different methods. Cool. So that's it. So now I would like to just share this information with you guys, that I am running my Fun Day series. So this Fun Day series is there where? It is there on Unacademy application. Is there on Unacademy application. So I want all of you to just go and just register, install Unacademy application, follow me there, and attend these Fun Day series, because Fun Day series are free of cost. These are special free classes which I conduct, so you can come. So right now we are studying these topics, probability, and post that we'll start indefinite integration. So we'll be solving questions based on probability and indefinite integration. So you guys can come there, follow me there, so you'll get notification whenever I'll be conducting any free special live class. Okay guys. Siddharth says, what? You made a smiley on board, na sir. I made it in chat. Oh, Thanks a lot, Siddharth. Thanks a lot. Prakash says, can you teach for NTSE? Yes, I can teach for NTSE, certainly. It is just right now, I am just focusing, or I'm just handling these two channels where I'm delivering lectures. Once, just I'll have a word with Unacademy, then I'll start my lectures for NTSE also. Okay, buddy? So if you have liked my video, so I would request you guys to just like it, share it with your friends, so that you also have the same theoretical knowledge, and subscribe the channel, and you can just hit the bell icon button so that you'll get notification in future also. And Prakash Kumar Rai, I would recommend you to join Plus or Iconic subscription, because you will ace your preparation. So this is what I want you guys to have. If you apply my code NK001, what will happen? You get what? 10% off. Okay, so you can just go ahead and go for the subscription. Don't worry about it. Yes, Siddharth, even I was also thinking, today's half an hour lecture is there. So it is more about the theory of combination and its properties. And tomorrow, because I want all of you to just think about a combination. Once you are good with combination, thinking, what exactly it is. It is grouping. Because sometimes what happens, people, just get confused with combination and permutation. But permutation, since I have not taught you, so I hope you guys will not get confused with combination and your basic arrangements. So just think over it, and then we'll have more questions. We'll keep solving questions, because now we'll have majorly questions, and we'll be slightly changing them with words, with languages. Okay, good night, guys. I would be seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye bye, take care.